29th, the news broke that Arkadii Babchenko, a Russian journalist, had been assassinated in Kyiv. Babchenko was a prominent Russian war reporter and an outspoken critic of Vladimir Putin's regime. He had had to flee Russia in fear for his safety and had lived in Kyiv from 2017. The news of Babchenko's assassination caused considerable outcry, both in Ukraine and internationally. Some public indignation was directed against the Ukrainian Security Service, or SBU, for its alleged inability to protect Babchenko. Russia was also quick to issue a statement, blaming Ukraine for Babchenko's death.
Украина становится очень опасным местом для работы журналистов. Должна быть жесткая международная реакция, чтобы сподвигнуть власти Украины исправить эту проблему.
There was a dramatic turnaround, however. At a press conference held in Kyiv on May 31st, it was revealed that Babchenko was alive and well. Also, as a result of an elaborate sting operation, the alleged organizer of Babchenko's assassination had been arrested. Ukrainian citizen Boris Herman was charged with plotting Babchenko's murder and the deaths of many more people. According to the head of the SBU, Vasyl Hrytsak, Herman acted on orders from the Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation, or FSB. The killing of Babchenko had apparently been planned as the starting point of a much larger terrorist operation, which was foiled by the SBU.
Організатор цього злочину говорив про необхідність усунення, вдумайтесь в цифру, 30 осіб на території України.
Babchenko's supporters and many others met this unexpected news with relief and elation. Other voices immediately condemned the SBU for allegedly fooling the world with their complex, staged operation. The Russian government accused the Ukrainian authorities of using the Babchenko case for anti-Russian propaganda. Understandably, many journalists criticized the SBU tactics out of concern for journalistic ethics. The SBU explained that there was no other way to proceed and get positive results. Also, understandably, Babchenko, who was happy to be alive, strongly rebuked the criticism that was leveled against the SBU. On June 5th, Prosecutor General of Ukraine Yuri Lutsenko confirmed that the Babchenko investigation had uncovered a list of 47 prominent Ukrainian and former Russian journalists who were also allegedly targeted for assassination. The Babchenko case has had a polarizing effect on public opinion. On the one side are those who believe that the end justifies the means, that the important thing is that Babchenko is alive and the assassination plot was foiled. On the other side are those who are outraged at having been duped and manipulated and feel that the public trust has been violated by the ruse. Both sides present a compelling argument. However, the fundamental problem lies much deeper. When Donald Trump assumed the American presidency, he promptly shoved diplomacy and fair play aside to make room for reality show politics. And people can't stop talking about him. He is always the center of attention. And his actions, unlike those of any television or internet star before him, have awakened a latent and burning need within people to be the center of attention themselves. And he has become a role model for others. I don't think that the Ukrainian Security Service would have come up with such a scheme, and importantly, happily announced it to the world in a pre-Donald Trump era. At the same time, when we, the people, watch such a scheme unfold on a television crime drama or in feature films, we eagerly chew our popcorn and smile with satisfaction, and don't think twice about the price of admission. But then we are outraged when such a scheme unfolds in real life, because we are having trouble keeping up with a new reality, where the gloves are off, where institutions that we depend on are not fundamentally respected. To be clear, the problem in this case is not Donald Trump. The problem seems to be a society that craves attention at almost any cost, and considers Donald Trump a convenient role model for behavior that contravenes the norm. I'm quite sure that the people at the Ukrainian Security Service are genuinely scratching their heads, not understanding why their actions have been met with such disapproval. Because if Donald Trump, the American president, can pull crazy stunts in court controversy, then why can't they? This is, of course, kindergarten-level thinking, but with the drastic changes that have occurred in political and social trends in recent times, our development as a society has taken a few steps backward, and we have been thrust into a type of social kindergarten. And we are all fighting to grow up and develop within it. And, as in all such situations, there are growing pains. But we are not really fighting for institutions, such as journalism or government. We are in a fight over the values that are supposed to underlie those institutions: integrity, morality, honesty, decency, patience, and respect. I'm Tania Stech, and this was Ukraine in the News.
Канал 1+1 тепер доступний на Bell International Programming.